why you should never feel guilty about charging a client thousands of dollars for writing projects. So I was having a chat with one of my copywriting students today, and she was asking, how do I quote on this work? Like, what price should I give this client? They were looking at having her write some articles for them, and she just didn't know how to charge. And I suggested that, she start by charging thousands of dollars for it. Figure out if that client needs ongoing work. If so, charge at least $1,000 or more. At least $1,000, preferably $2,000, because she wants retainer clients. And part of this is that you're actually vetting the client to make sure that they are qualified to work with you. It's not just that you're applying to some job, you're actually vetting the client, making sure that they meet your criteria. And I told her, you don't have the luxury of feeling guilty about this. She said she felt guilty charging the client thousands of dollars instead of like hundreds of dollars. So we were kind of talking about that, and I said, you don't have the luxury of feeling that way. You have to find this work. You have to find these clients and start working with them. And the only way to actually get over that feeling is to charge someone thousands of dollars and to get paid to do the project and to experience that. And I will tell you, once you actually have that experience of charging someone thousands of dollars for your writing services, it changes everything. First of all, it's pretty fun to get paid that amount of money for, a few articles, a batch of articles, whatever it is. It's pretty fun to get paid that money. If you were to spend the same amount of effort and time writing something and then you only charge them like $200, it's a different feeling than if you charge them $2,000. Same exact material, same exact amount of time, same amount of effort, same amount of creative thinking, but you charge this client $200, you charge that client $2,000. It just feels different. You start to resent this other client. You start to think, man, I don't even know if I want to work with them anymore. This other client, you start to love them more. You start to appreciate them more because it's just more space. It's spacious. You get paid more. They get more value out of paying for higher. This client who paid $200 for the writing, they don't value it. Trust me, they do not value it. They are cheap. They're not going to value it. This person that paid $2,000, they're going to value it more. And then you can even go even further, right? Like if someone's paying you $20,000 for a piece of writing or a batch of writing or some kind of writing project, they're going to value it more than the $2,000 client is going to value it. So all of this to say, if you're a writer, a copywriter, you should never feel guilty about charging anyone thousands of dollars for anything. You should not feel guilty charging your clients multi-$1,000 retainer packages, service packages, whatever it is. Just you don't have time. You don't have the luxury to do it, especially if you have a family, especially if you are providing for someone, taking care of someone, taking care of yourself. We just don't have the luxury. Like we need to spend that energy, that time and attention pouring ourselves into the actual writing projects, not into the feeling of guilt. So I just had to share that today because I'm sure there's other people who are in that situation who are feeling guilty for charging. And so they lower their rates, they lower their prices, they quote a lower fee, and then it just doesn't work out. That's not sustainable. You have to go for the bigger clients. You have to go for the bigger fees. And if you think you don't have the skills to be able to warrant that higher fee, just remember, people will pay for a good attitude and they will overlook the skill part. People that are at a higher level are much more likely to pay someone who has a great attitude than someone who's highly skilled and has a bad attitude. So you can become skilled by actually doing the writing projects, learning as you go. That's how you get the skills. You're not just going to be skilled right off the gate as your, fresh, brand new copywriter. That's something you learn over time through practice, through doing the work, through getting paid these projects, and you get better with each one. So never let that stop you from charging several $1,000s for your work.